Almost almost forgot to turn the mic on, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Rundown, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Jada and Will, some more drama with them. There's been some drama on TikTok as well between the couple, the former couple, Strawhat Goofy and King Lion. And we're going to get into some entertainment news talk like movies and TV shows as we always do on The Rundown. It's after dark. It's Thursday. But guys, remember, guys, if you can't catch us live, we are streaming. For the first time in a long time, we're streaming live on TikTok and on YouTube. So, guys, follow us on those platforms. Show your support. Always tell us what you guys are thinking. You can also follow us on our podcasts on Apple, Google Podcasts, and those things and more. Trying to do like a bunch of things at once, guys. And as always, you can, if you become a channel member, you're going to be on the show as well. We're going to be talking with our channel members before the end of the show tonight. You can also call in and leave a voicemail at 281-406-1993. And if you're watching us on TikTok, I cannot see you. Really, I can kind of see you, but I won't be able to really interact with you there. I gotta control what's going on YouTube. Sorry about that, but I appreciate you anyway. But thank you guys for joining us live here on a Thursday, and we're gonna get into some topics now. I'm gonna warn you first, right now, that I am trying to do. I'm gonna warn my wife too, because you know how I get frustrated when shit goes wrong. So I jam-packed the topics with twice as many things as I normally do. So I figured that if I like the folder where I have all the graphics that you see next to us and stuff, if I copy that folder and for the second half of the topics, I put it in the second folder. And then when we finish the first half of the topics, then I can, while we're talking, I can move the second half and replace the first half. And theoretically, it should replace, but you know, sometimes it takes a while for it to buffer and so expect me to get very pissed off after the first 6 topics. You're going to see, when the sweat starts and my anger rises, and then you threaten divorce again and all that stuff. Anyway, joining me on the rundown, as always, is my wife, Joy, turning me on, as always, over there. Hey, babe, how you doing?
I'm spooky tonight. I got my spooky cup. I got my spooky nails. So...
And
spooky season.
Yep, those are the nails that I love when you scratch me, baby. You gonna do something strange for a piece of change, as I always say. All right, let's get into the first topic of the day. What's the first thing that's on the agenda?
Why is that trending?
The first topic for why is that trending is, what was it? That was Will and Jada Smith, right? So
her book, I think her book came out. So,
why is my, talk about why is that trending here? Why are my graphics not working? That's the question. There it is. Okay. I was about to get scared. I was like, why is my lower third not working? So what's been going on with Will and Jada Smith? Now, you know a little bit more about this than I do. I've only kind of read a few things. When I saw what was popping off, it immediately triggered me, and you were like, but you kind of,
TikTok, that was cracking me up because people were just like,
here we go again.
Why are we on your speed dial to get a journal, write it down.
Yeah.
We don't need to know all of this information.
First, what was it? The first thing was the entanglement thing and stuff. The guy in the men's sphere, man, we were saying a lot of the same stuff, like this woman cannot stop belittling this man and tearing this man down, this great man. But I'm gonna tell you what I was talking about earlier. So from on people.com, peoplemagazine.com, it was we're talking about why is that trending? That's the segment we're on right now. Jada did an interview plugging her book, and then she let some new information came out that none of us asked for about her relationship with Will, that allegedly that they've been technically separated and pretty much mentally divorced for the past how many years?
We're divorced, except for it's just not on a piece of paper. It's not a legal divorce.
AKA, so you still married? pretty much. You still, man, like, I mean, I understand the process. I recognize the separating and stuff like that. But with all this stuff that's been going on between them, so for the past 6 years, you've been letting 7 years, you've been letting the rumor go on that y'all in open marriage, this and that and the other, that you cheating on them and Will deserves better. And now you're like, oh, but we've been separated. Like, and you know how I feel.
And then according to her, it's going to stay that way for forever.
To the point
because she has no, they
interest
have,
in.
according to her, they have no intention of
Never,
getting
ever,
legally
ever.
divorced, because that was something
So
they
when
said
Taylor
they
Swift
never wanted to do.
So when Taylor Swift came out with that song, "We Never Ever Getting Back Together," she was like, "That's damn right." I mean,
which just doesn't make. We are divorced, not on paper, but we never want to get divorced. But you just said you really were
on that
what?
business side of it, the empire and all that stuff. The brand, they work together and stuff. But I mean, look, The Rock and his ex-wife, she's still his manager. So you can still have the brand and just not be together. I mean, these things are possible. But with all the guys and even women that had Will's back and was like if you feel like you're being like, it seems like Will is the type of guy. He mentioned that, like, he wants to be in a successful marriage. He wants this to work. He was afraid of being a failure at it and all that stuff. And then people would like take his side and say stuff like, well, like, she seems like she's taking advantage of that, like treating him like trash because she knows he won't leave. And I even felt the same way a little bit too, like what Kevin Samuel said when he was still alive. Like, this is the type of woman that would tear him down, and she's using his A-list status to become more blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I was seeing that and I was agreeing. But how many times does this shit have to happen before we start looking at Will like?
Most of the comments and things were like, is Will aware of this?
Yeah.
Does he know that there's... But now this is what I told you. I just saw a TikTok.
Okay.
And so, obviously I haven't read Jada's book. I don't really...
If she's going to get into some details about some kinky shit, I might buy it.
But apparently Will put one out in 2021. Mm-hmm. He put a book out about himself.
That nobody knew about.
Well, no, obviously people did know. We didn't know. I don't read. I'm not really one to read those kind of books. But a lady was like, she made a TikTok who was like, clearly y'all didn't read his book, because he pretty much said this 2 years ago. He didn't say a date. He didn't say since 2016. He didn't say a date. But she read an excerpt where it said they had went on some kind of they were on a flight somewhere. I don't know where this was at. And he told her whatever had taken place on this trip or event or whatever, he told her when they got back, look, I retire from trying to make you happy.
Yeah.
Because I cannot. I'm done. I can't make you happy. I cannot do this anymore. So I think what's best for us is for you to do you and me to do me. That's the way it's going to be. And he was like, and then he wrote on more that he was like, I think we got married in our 20s and we were still kids, and all these years we are still trying to heal our inner children who are broken, and it's not working.
Yeah.
And so it's time to let it go. But it didn't have a date or anything, so this lady was saying, like, he told you right then that they were done. Y'all just didn't y'all didn't read the book or whatever.
But I'm like, but still, it's still then, after all this defense of Will Smith and whatnot, like seeing that he's like it seems like the kind of guy that's really afraid of being in this failed marriage. He's really trying. I mean, and people that's been having his back about the whole, I can't believe you still staying with the woman that's constantly dissing you in public and pining over a dead man with Tupac Shakur and stuff like that. After a while, after all these years of the men and the women that's pretty much been having Will's back about this, about the disrespect and stuff, when can I'm now at the point where I'm now stopping that. I'm like, dude, this is on you now. There's no real excuse anymore, Will. The kids are usually people always say stuff like, I stay for the kids. Your kids are grown now. You've gone through this entanglement stuff. You've gone through it. And now that Jada's is confirming that it was not about an open marriage, we just been separate, then what's the point? I can understand it with those people who say I stay for the kids, but people tell you never to do that in our relationship. You told me that. I said I was thinking that same thing. You gave me that advice that based on what you went through and what I was going through earlier before we got married and whatnot, and when we first started dating. And I that is 100% the facts. Like that whole I'm staying for. I don't know. Then I'm like, are you doing it for the business thing? Like the way Beyonce, it looks like how Beyonce and Jay-Z are staying together. Like Beyonce talks about independent women this, independent women that, but she ain't leaving her husband. She makes those single women songs, but she's married. So it's like I say, Will, you deserve to be happy, yes, but you also deserve to be publicly happy in a marriage or in a relationship. And if Jada is constantly telling you that she's not willing to give you that 100%, or is constantly doing things that contradicts that image of the marriage that you want, if y'all been separated for 7 years and this and that now it feels like that scene in the Oscars was like a last effort to try to prove that like something to get her back. But she. I
mean, I'm like, if y'all want to stay married and live two separate lives, do what you want to do. I don't care what you do.
I would have said that before, but I don't agree that now. Their kids are grown.
No, but I'm saying if you want to do that,
yeah,
you should still have if we're gonna do that, then there still should be some boundaries.
Like the public embarrassment.
Keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah. That shit was misdirected to Chris Rock. That should have been not the slap, the message.
Don't put my business out there. Don't put my name out there. Don't put my stuff out there. Like it should be private. There are things that should be private. That was a lot of the TikTokers were saying. Some things we don't need to know. Some things y'all can keep to yourself. And everyone will be fine. Because
you can't convince me that Will. I was talking to you about this earlier. He's Will Smith. He ain't. I'm not. I know that in a separation you can't be as intimate with your spouse as you want to be, and then when you realize that you're Will Smith, you can have anybody that you want. She could have anybody that she wants. But so you're never gonna convince me that Will Smith, if he's not sleeping with Jada on a regular, he's sleeping with somebody on the on a rotation or whatever. But the one thing I'll give Will, you don't hear nothing about it. You're not going to convince me that he's not having sex with somebody, whether it's Jada or somebody. But what have we heard? We've at least heard about that, that rapper. So that's one advantage. So it's like, what's the point? Everybody already thinks that this is odd, that she's not respectful, that blah, 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 and all this stuff. Then that damn slap done messed up your that was the thing that destroyed the chances of Aladdin 2. That movie made $1 billion, and Disney's like, nope. You won an Oscar after that movie, during that time after that movie came out, and you're not going to get a sequel to a movie that made $1 billion because of your action, for whatever reason, because you were defending the honor of your wife that constantly, puts this business out there that should be in a damn journal out there in public. And then
the number of times he was on her Red Table Talk.
I would have never done that.
Talking about this stuff, like.
I'm not going to monetize my humiliation. Fuck that. But, I mean.
For somebody that y'all are supposedly living your two separate lives, but then you need to get on a show and then talk about your feelings and that it was everything.
That's what therapy is for.
And that is private. They keep that under lock and key. You don't put it out there for everyone.
I told you the moment I would have divorced her was when that whole thing with that letter from Willow to Tupac happened. Like before, not when it came out publicly. I mean when it happened and Will found out. That's when you should have divorced Jada, because Willow was born years after that man died. And for her to be writing a letter wishing that Tupac was still alive to make her mommy happy, is, you cannot convince me that wasn't engineered and coerced, what's the word? Coerced by Jada for her to do that, for that girl to do that at that young age. And it was just totally disrespectful to her father. And you can't change the past, but Will, I mean,
Peter wants to know, is the Zoom link the same?
I put the Zoom link. I put the Zoom link in the community tab. It should work. I haven't turned it on yet because we're not near that yet, but it should. It's the same. It's the link that I put in the community tab is what we're doing. But thank for that. Well, that just reminds me. Let's go. Let's just talk about, see if anybody's talking about what we're talking about.
I say Peter has stuff to say.
Okay, let me make sure that. Oh my goodness, what's going on with the? I forgot to hit the refresh button. Let me see if I can get that to work. There we go. Peter Lane says, "Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, what's going on? Okay, let's get to see if you said anything about. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you, Peter, as always." Brianna Jasmine says, Brianna Jasmine celebrates 1 month of anniversary. We were gonna have another silent stream.
She was thinking.
When the mic wasn't working. Oh yeah, okay.
So I had to make sure they could hear. She said, yeah, they could hear.
Let's see. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I think that's Sean's sister. I can't wait to hear this. Let's see. Batman. Did I get it? Damn, Nat was on the microphone. Let's see. Peter Lane says Jada is pretty much trolling Will at this point. Yeah. It's like she gets a kick out of it. It's like, why? You can't tell me it's for the kids. You can't tell me it's for anything else. The marriage has already has been disrespectful for years. Okay, according to that book nobody knew about, you've already are done with this BS. Then just divorce. Did she threaten? Did you not sign a prenup? Are you afraid that she's going to take half of the? Just countersue. With all the if there was no arranged open marriage thing, if that was a lie, and y'all just were separated, then the infidelity and all that is. I know it's hard to it's hard to argue, but what are you afraid of at this point? And at this point, who cares? Will Smith is what, in his 50s now? Yeah, okay. Let's say Jada gets half of your income. So, who cares? You're still Will Smith. Half of your income. So, who gives a damn? That's a small price to pay to see if I saw Will Smith out with years from after the divorce. He's engaged to a new a woman, and it's the opposite of what he's been going through for the past whatever years with Jada, and he can be publicly happy. I'm sorry. There you go. Everybody has that wishy-washy back and forth shit, but there's a million, like.
Say Will is 55, Jada is 52.
50, yeah. I want to co-sign what Chris is saying. Appreciate you, man. Everybody does. Everybody wants to co-sign what I'm saying. Yes, their family unit is a business. It's all about the business. That's all it's about. It just reminds me of the Jay-Z thing, but you don't see all that shit coming. You don't see Beyonce constantly throwing the fact that she might have smashed Drake in Jay-Z's face and stuff. Like, you don't see that stuff. Like it's ridiculous. And catching up. Peter got something. Peter got something to say, but yeah, Peter on fire about this topic.
Peter says, he's porking someone for sure.
He's Will Smith. You ain't gonna convince me that Jada is the only one, stepping out the marriage, and Will can't do nothing about it. Like, he's just being respectful about their arrangement, but. I guess that's just the way it is. And during that interview, I forgot to bring it up real quick. I wanted to show that was something that popped up. This is the interview that she had with People Magazine. Jada says, "We are still figuring it out." Jada says of the state of their marriage, she says they had been separated for 6 years before the Oscars in 2022. "We've been doing some really heavy duty work together. We just got deep love for each other, and we are going to figure out what that looks like for us." So that came in from Jada in regards to the separation in their marriage and everything. All right, that's fine. Figure it out. I say divorce. Get this shit over with. This ridiculous.
Maybe his kink is public humiliation.
Yeah, MD said, "I think they're both weirdos." I mean, I'm starting to agree. At first, I was sympathetic to Will, but now it's like, dude, like maybe he's into it. I mean, hey, I ain't gonna kink shame. Like, you like to be dominated like that. I like it too, right, baby? Yeah, come on, die. I don't care. But yeah, they're both a little strange. The whole family is. Hell yeah. The only, at this point, and she was the one I didn't think had the least amount of talent. Now I'm starting to come around. I think Willow is the last hope of it. First, I would have said it would have been Jaden, but now I think Willow, because Willow is starting to show a different side in her writing, her songwriting ability, and I'm starting to get some respect for it. Like, listen to the lyrics and the music that she's putting out now. She stays on this path. Willow might be the only sane thing that comes out of that whole thing. And I didn't have any hope for her at first. Maybe together. Maybe the kink is public humiliation. Yeah. I mean, some guys like it to have their balls stepped on. Well, let us know what you guys think. Let's move on. What's the next topic, babe?
Strawhat Goofy and his controversy with, who did you say?
Oh, yeah. So there's been some drama going on in TikTok in regards to Strawhat Goofy, movie guy who got real popular on TikTok.
We talked about him a while back.
Yeah, another content creator named King Lion, and a lady named Fantastic Frankie. Now, I've reached out and I've talked on Instagram with Fantastic Frankie before, but just like King Lion, just like Straw Hat Goofy, Fantastic Frankie, I stopped following them, all three of them, a long time ago. And it wasn't because of this scenario that I'm about to explain what's going on right now. It's just because after looking at everything, I just stopped. I mean, they have millions of followers all combined, so they're fine. They don't give a shit about me. But after looking, and now I'm glad that I decided a long time ago who not. I don't. There's no real connection here. I don't need to like follow these people anymore. But so the situation is like Straw Hat Goofy being the more popular one out of the three, has over 3 million followers. Has been in he seems like a real smart, nice guy, and an entertaining guy. Has pretty good takes on movie topics and stuff like that. And then recently got in trouble. His tag is "Let me be your movie guy." His most recent controversy was when he looked like he was scabbing during the strikes and all that stuff, and he backpedaled, got out of it a little bit, and it's fine. King Lion is a guy who has risen to, now he's about over 700 to almost 800,000 followers, almost 1 million. He'll have over 1 million before the year is out. And he's a movie guy and stuff. One of the things that pisses me off about him is this take on Batman. I like Batman, but he's like anybody that loves Batman, and he gives the reasons why Batman sucks. And I'm one of those fans where I can't argue with him on it, but I don't give a shit. But his delivery is considered by a lot on TikTok is to be more forceful, more mean, more toxic, and things like that. And I can see that. Then you have the young lady from New York, Fantastic Frankie. And, she gives her movie reviews, and she's got a following. She's like under 100,000, like 70,000, I don't know, something like that. So the big beef that happened between these three recently was something like this, from what I understand. Fantastic Frankie and King Lion have blocked each other a long time ago. And since then it was been like a mutual agreement, like you don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. But according to King Lion, she's still constantly talking about him because his fans will see it and then show it to him, even though he can't see it because he's blocked. So it's like the only time King Lion responds about her or mentions her on TikTok is because he's in response to something that she said originally. Like, for example, there was a situation where she had this take on TikTok where she talked about, what was it called? The Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Beyond the Spider-Verse, and how the Miguel character, because she's a Latin, Afro-Latina, and she's like the take that the Miguel character, Spider-Man 2099, was being extra against Miles Morales because of how the whole thing about how Latinos and how they treat Afro-Latinas and stuff like that. That whole thing was like, she has this whole video about it, about that being the real underlining message or the take that she got from that movie. And then a lot of people responded to that saying like they disagree. But the thing about her video was, like, she started the video off with, this is like bad against Afro-Latinas, or she'll say something like, if you don't agree with this take, you're a misogynist or something like that. It's like that's how you start the video and say something like, I'm about to give my opinion on something, and if you disagree with that opinion, you are a fill in the blank. And everybody, including Strawhat, Goofy, King Lion, a lot of people were like, I don't agree with that. And she would block people for it. If people were toxic against her, she would block them. When King Lion said his thing about it, the beef started with them. Even Strawhat Goofy said he disagreed. There was a person who, a small TikToker, like had like 100 followers, and he didn't say anything bad about her. All he said was, I heard what you had to say, I listened, I just disagree. Blocked. Like she, if you don't agree like that, I don't like people like that. If you have to start an argument with, if you don't automatically, now if you say something like, I saw these Klansmen in front of somebody's yard burning a cross, and if you think that's okay, you're probably a racist. Okay, that is because there's a connection. There's a race, like a connect. But if it's like, if you don't agree with my opinion about this fictional character, that might not be the actual take that the creator of the movie was going. It's like, but if you don't agree with how I feel about it, then you're a fill in the blank, misogynist or whatever. And that's all he disagreed with. King Lion has, I went into a deep dive in his platform. There's even videos of him saying, if you follow me and support me and agree with me, that's fine, but do not attack Frank. But so, make a long story short, Strawhat Goofy, the one with the most followers, made a post not saying King Lion's name, but people knew who he was talking about, pretty much saying, we have to protect black women, we have to do blah, 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 and I can no longer follow a certain mutual that I was friends with because of the way he's going at it with another TikToker. And King Lion responded. Then they've been going back and forth, and people have been taking sides. It's like, so in King Lion's defense, and I'm not a follower of King Lion, I can see why people don't like King Lion. He can be a little much, and I ain't down with talking with brothers like that. But I gotta agree. If the line was drawn, we're blocking each other, and a mutual agreement is, an unspoken agreement is, if you don't talk about me, I won't talk about you. But Fantastic Frankie is constantly putting King Lion's name into stuff, and all he's doing is just responding with the same energy. Why is our mutual friend Strawhat Goofy going on TikTok saying, I have to disassociate from King Lion because we have to protect black women, as if he's the one starting it or he's the one continuing. And from what I can tell, he's the one just responding. She's the one initiating everything. Unless I'm wrong. If you guys have proof of the contrary, prove me wrong. But from what I've seen, and even Strawhat Goofy had to admit those things. So this is a situation where it's like Strawhat Goofy took the safer position of, Yeah, I know she was wrong for that, but if I go against her, society will judge me harsher for going against her versus him. And King Lion has all these dings against him. He's aggressive, he's loud, he's this and that. He can be toxic a little bit. He can be this and that and the other and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Even though he gives the same energy to everybody. And Fantastic Frankie has a few of those same traits. But you calculate which one will garnish you the less blowback. My thing on this, and this is my agreement. I know I'm taking up to all the time because I know you don't know much about it. But here's my thing about this whole thing with Strawhat Goofy. If you guys are following this on TikTok, you know anything about it. My opinion is this: Strawhat Goofy shouldn't have said anything. Now, if he doesn't want to follow or be mutuals with any of these people, that's fine for whatever reason. But to make it public was the dumb thing to do. He shouldn't have said anything because King Lion was correct when he said, why is it that she can get a pass for saying just as harsh and vile things? And not only that, starting it. And he's only responding to it. And you don't unfollow her, but you unfollow me. Why? And you text me directly and say, we talked about this. I told you not to talk about it. But you're not saying that same thing to her. Why aren't you going to her? Because he took the safer route. And that's why, and that's what this whole thing is going. Here's my opinion on it. Y'all can all easily, even Fantastic Frankie, y'all can all easily just stop right now because this shit is stupid. All this TikTok drop, this is stupid. Y'all don't want to be friends no more? Then just shut up. But my TikTok feed is constantly being hit from all these other TikTokers going, I'm on Strawhat Goofy side. I don't give a shit. That's all I have to say about this. I made this long ass story to tell you guys, to tell Fantastic Frankie, somebody whose takes that I've agreed with and I've liked, and some that I've disagreed with. If you can't give your opinion on your page, knowing that millions of people possibly can see it and have the right to react to it, if you can't give your take and your opinion on something without telling people that if you disagree with me, you're a ... then that's just freaking crazy. King Lion, if you can't see your homeboy or whatever for what that bullshit really was, dude, just stop talking with that dude. He's already decided that his 3 million and his influencer status is more important. Just leave him alone. And Strawhat Goofy, I'll tell you this, dude. You just got out of this controversy with the whole scab thing. Now you want to get into it and to be considered what we call in our community a hoe ass. ... Yeah, dude, stop. I love all of y'all's takes and for the most part on things, but y'all acting fucking ridiculous right now. Like, for real. Just all of y'all, all three of y'all, just stay away from each other. If she's not gonna stop putting your name in her mouth, you can still stop responding to it. It's nothing. You almost got 1 million followers. I'm talking to King Lion. Don't worry about her. You got your followers. She's got her followers. If her takes are great, I like a lot, most of her content. Y'all just need to stop. But if you can't, I feel like the person who can't stop, that's the person that people need to stop listening to. That's my opinion on it. That's all I got to say about it. I don't know. I know you don't really know any of these people, but before I move on to the next topic, anything you have on this one? Don't really know. Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to take the time and just talk about these people because I'm tired of seeing it on my feed. I stopped following all three of y'all a long time ago, and y'all keep coming up in my feed. I don't care about this stuff. The only reason why I don't block you is there's a chance that I might want to work with y'all in the future. But now, no, not right now. It's not the children. Shut up. All of y'all, stop. And whether I agree with you or not, if I'm 100, like I'm 100% on your side, mostly above anybody else at the moment. I'm still giving you that advice to stop. Just stop. All right. Anybody in the chat that know anything about this? No.
Brianna
right.
said she had seen the girl before with some people that she follows.
Yeah.
And now she sees why she never saw her again. they didn't collab anymore.
Like I said, I mean,
Peter says he doesn't do anything with TikTok.
I mean, Strawhat Goofy took a made a calculated decision through his friend King Lion away because he wanted to be on the side of women and all that. That's fine, but he had no response to when King Lion asked him directly, why is it okay for her, when I don't say anything about her, it's okay for her to make a bunch of videos and say my name and insult me, but it's not okay for me to respond to that. I'm not initiated. He has no legit response to that. So you're playing favorites to the thing that you think is the safe side. That doesn't mean that the message of protect black women isn't true. It just means, why is she? Why the question that he gave? Why is it okay for her to when we've already blocked each other, we've already drawn a line. I stay on my side, you stay on your side. Why is it okay for her to do it and for him not? So, I mean, it's just some stupid shit. So anyway, what's the next damn topic? I was just it's not like King Lion and them or anybody gonna see this shit. And if they like what I have to say, fine. If they don't, they're gonna block. I don't give a shit. What's the next topic?
Hallie Bailey.
What's
being pulled from Oscar contention.
The rumor about Hallie Bailey being pulled. All right, you've seen these articles. You've seen these rumors that she was up for an Oscar. I thought it was for like Best Actress nomination, but it was really about that song she sung in The Little Mermaid. And the rumor is, what was it? The rumor is that she was pulled. So
none of these are actually any official They're still just putting in their bids, trying to get nominated.
Yeah.
You know, every movie and whatever puts in their nominations. We want our person on the list.
Yeah.
So none of it's actually been chosen.
But the rumor is
she was listed for her song. I don't even remember.
Originally, people thought it was before Best Actress nomination, but then it turned out it was a song. One of the original songs that she sung in the movie.
Yes. If you look at all the categories they've put their nominations in for, Disney is pushing for her to get Best Actress and a Best Actress nom.
Okay.
They're pushing for Awkwafina to get a Best
Supporting, yeah.
And they're pushing for Javier Bardem to get a Best Supporting Actor.
Because all studios do that.
And then they had that song that she sang
for Best Song.
For Best Original Song.
And then the rumor came out that
they suddenly pulled the song, not the other ones, just the song. And everybody went nuts and said
Disney pulled her because she's pregnant. She might be pregnant, which she hasn't confirmed, and nobody really has confirmed. It came out on Yahoo News that she may be, because an angle when her stomach was poking out, like maybe she's pregnant and stuff. And even if she is, that's the stupidest conspiracy theory in the world.
Believe that?
Yeah,
is a reason. But it does seem really odd. Something seems odd about it because for this particular movie, your best bet is the
song. Yeah, because when we were talking about it, probably like Disney is known for songs, and they win this category, and just like animation, they win these categories.
That's your thing. And why you pull that nomination, but not any of the other stuff?
Yeah.
Is weird.
It's weird. It may be weird, but the conspiracy theory
doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
whatever the reason is, I don't think it's a pregnancy reason.
Or family values. We don't want to show a pregnant woman. Like, don't let me find out that any Oscar winner, female Oscar winner, ever was pregnant when they won their Oscar. That's just because that's like, why would Disney care? It's the stupidest theory. That's one of the dumbest theories that I've ever heard. And I just out of all the theories that you can think of, I would have gone with racism or something before that. I'm like, that's just dumb. You had racism right there, and you went to pregnancies. Y'all conspiracy theorists are getting lazy. It's weird. I don't know. Do any of y'all?
No, and I don't think people really looked into it to see that their names are all still being pushed for the other nominations.
Yeah.
So obviously, if pregnancy was a problem, they wouldn't leave her in for the hopes of getting a Best Actress nod.
Yeah.
How would that make sense?
Boom! There you go. That debunks it right there. Why would they nominate her for Best Actress and not? Because we don't want your ass up on stage singing with that baby bump. Like, And if she was pregnant, which with the baby, wouldn't the baby? We might not even have an Oscars this year. They might skip this year for the next. That baby gonna be what a year old before we see it. Like, it's the dumbest. Like the stuff that passes for a damn conspiracy. Like I want to go back to political conspiracy theories because this one's the dumbest one I've ever heard in a long time. Any of y'all in the comment section, have y'all heard this stupid ass conspiracy theory? Wait, going back to Brown, he said I support women's wrongs. Did I say that? Did I say that? I might have said something stupid. But.
No, she may have been talking about one of those guys on that.
In the last time, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That was just the dumbest thing. And you guys, if you have any further theories or any further thoughts on this topic, let us know. But let's move on to the next thing. What's
the next dumbass topic?
What's the next one?
Kaylee Timonet, 17, loses her scholarship for a dumbass reason.
Well, yeah, go ahead. I mean, you were the one that told me about this one. What happened?
So she's like, apparently got excellent grades, and she's either a dancer or a cheerleader. She's into a lot of activities at school. And then
high school or college?
High school.
Okay.
And at a party that was not on school grounds, somewhere else, she was dancing with girlfriends, and there's a video of her, and I said, if you want to call that twerking, then I guess, okay.
We will not twerk shame on this damn show.
But anyways.
We're not twerk shaming.
She was twerking, and...
If you want to show us how she did it, go ahead.
And some hater out there, a teacher, turned it into the principal, who then promptly called her into the office, preached to her about the Lord. Are you familiar with the Lord?
You're not twerking with the Lord.
Where are you? Do you know where you're going? And promptly also told her that he would not be sending the support letters to her college of choice that were supposed to be helpful to get her scholarship.
Spicy fat daddy.
So that she wouldn't get them.
What did he say?
I don't like that.
To which, everybody went nuts because, dude.
So she lost her scholarship. She lost.
Mind you, this is a public school. This is not a Christian school or any sort of religious school.
Yeah.
It's a public school.
And he imposed his religious will onto her. All that twerk. Like, I'm not going to recommend you for these colleges and stuff like that because we saw you twerk. So, the headline that came from CBS News was Louisiana principal apologizes. This is the next
he was like,
afterwards.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, apologizes, he requests a leave after punishing student for dancing at a party. And then Kaylee Timonet, her mom was like, no,
because
that's too little.
He was like, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It wasn't my place. I will go ahead and send those letters in. And they were like, yeah, all the deadlines are passed, dude.
Yeah.
So now it's not going to help her out. She still can't get them.
I mean, maybe next year she will, but now that this, and I hope some of those schools make an exception, at least just for her, based on what that guy did. I feel like that's a lawsuit. Personally, a personal lawsuit, because then he admitted that he admitted later that he screwed her over and that he apologized for it after it was already too late. I'm not a lawyer. If you're watching this video after the fact, if you are a lawyer, if you can share this with a lawyer, is that damages? Can he be sued for damages? Because I would. I feel like they should, and I feel like that dude should be. I'm gonna take some time to reflect. I need your thoughts and prayers. I'm so sorry. Like that dude that motherfucker already forgave himself. He don't give a shit. He's gonna take some time off, come back and do it to somebody else. Some footloose bullshit. That's what all this was some footloose bullshit. But let us know what you guys think. Anybody got any thoughts on this that topic? No, the guy supporting Frank. Oh, we still talking about the last topic. What was that? Was that topic number 3 or topic number 4? What are we on now?
Peter, she didn't lose the scholarship for twerking. He was going to he was pulling his recommendation that he was going to send to her college so that she would get a scholarship because she twerked. He didn't want to send it anymore because she didn't know the Lord. And he thinks that she wasn't eating the Lord's chips. She needs to get Jesus.
Get these nuts. That's just. I hope they sue him. He needs to be sued. He needs to be sued for that. I mean, straight up, like he needs to be sued. All right, what's the next
author
step?
Lauren
I don't
Wise
like that.
Rant? I don't know who that is.
You said which one?
Author Lauren Wise.
That's the.
Rant?
Are we on what topic number 5?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Full disclosure. Okay, let me give you a disclaimer. Let me give a disclaimer first. We talk on the rundown. We talk about entertainment news and we talk about movies and TV shows and stuff like that. We don't usually get into the political stuff. Everybody, we know what's going on in the news with Israel and Palestine and stuff like that. I mean, you have your opinion about it. I have mine. I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. We don't usually talk politics. Now, I will talk politics if it falls in the vein of like in an entertaining kind of way and stuff. If it fits in the vein of what we do on the show. But what's going on with with Israel and Palestine, that doesn't fit in what we talk about. But this is a situation that happened that got up on TikTok or Instagram, where in Canada, this woman who was minding her own business. She was driving in her car, and she had a Palestine flag, or what looked like a Palestine flag, like waving on top of her off of her car. So this other woman drove next to her and started saying like the most craziest things to her, like, if you support that flag, and if you support this and that and them, then you need, like, this is what happened, and this was covered by usacrimes.com. Canadian author says, and I quote, "You should be raped and dragged through the streets because you have that flag on her car." And the woman recorded saying these things, and she had this entitled ass response when she knew she was being recorded. She was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, record me. My name is," and she gave her name was my name is Lauren Wise, and you can find me. I'm on Instagram. And like in the moment, she was like, "I'm so entitled, so bold." But the moment she made it home, went totally private on all social media because she knew what was coming down. So this woman, who is I know this has nothing to do with it, but screw you, John Campia, for always saying everybody from Canada is a good Canadian. This happened in Canada. She's Canadian. This happened in Canada. This woman, this Karen, said this racist stuff. So, well, forget the race part of it. Woman to woman said that she doesn't know anything about the reasons why she's waving that flag. And with the whole thing that's going on with, like I said, I don't want to get political about it, but from what I understand, that group Hamas is to Palestine is like what the Taliban is to Iran, or what any local gang in here in America is. Like, imagine the Ku Klux Klan or the Bloods and the Crips do a horrific thing, and then some dude from France looks at that report and goes, "All you Americans are like that." Like, that's pretty much what it is. You're taking what a group of terrorizers did, and you're saying the whole race and all people are that. It was pretty much what it is.
I never understand people in any topic why people feel the need to mind your business.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure was she doing anything to you? No. So what possessed you?
Because
all
people
these
need, because these Karens need to be
feel
seen.
the need to start stuff with people just because.
And
I mean, you know, I see morons walking around on a daily basis, but I don't feel the need to point it out to them. Why? What for?
Yeah. That entire Michelle, she went, and that woman was pretty nice about it. She got told to her face. This is her pointing. I hope you get great. I was like, and the woman responded, thank you. Okay, thank you. And she's like, oh yeah, my name is Lauren White. Okay, thank you. You can't, because you can't blame her for posting it because you volunteered your name. You can't claim you doxed yourself. So, like I said, I found a sneaky way to bring up John Campy because he always talks about good Canadian kids. Like Ryan Reynolds is a good Canadian kid. But yeah, I've seen this type of straight up racism from Canadians all the time. I've seen people from Canada doing this exact, like I said, no, they're not all good Canadian kids. Like that's crazy. Like I don't care what the group is. I don't care what the issue is. Every time a war pops off or something like that, then you'll see then people in these countries, they start attacking like what's going on over there. Like there's people in this country now that are, because that incident in Israel popped off, mosques and what's it called, synagogues, and so I have the security in a lot of places it always happens. People they see some stuff on the news, they take a side that they feel benefits their confirmational bias, and they go out in public and start being belligerent to people who they feel deserve it or whatever, to make themselves feel like you said, like mind your own damn business. Like the hell is wrong with you? Now you got to go private, and like a couple months from now, you're going to be like, I'm not really going to be standing there next to your husband who's mad that you brought this attention to him. I'm not really racist.
Tell some sad story. I was just upset because I have my sister's friend's cousin is in Israel and they are trapped, and I was just upset, and that's why I lashed out.
Yeah.
She'll put some sad sob story to try to make people feel bad as to why she lashed out at someone that didn't do anything.
Yeah, because if there's any justification for what her ass did to that woman for being from Palestine, then where's my reparations? I mean, if I can't get reparations from what happened in the past and what racist people do today and stuff, then what the hell? Like this justification. Oh, you're from that country and that people then that means that like Tupac said this stuff a long time ago. I cannot be responsible for what every black person does. If a gangster does something in Los Angeles, that doesn't reflect my people. If a racist KKK person does something, that doesn't represent all of Joy's race. But people like this, they just don't care. But let somebody, whatever race she is or whatever let somebody else have done the exact same thing to her or something. She'd have been like, oh my God, they're attacking me for.
She'll be crying on a social media platform.
I'm being persecuted because I'm. Anyway, let us know what you guys think about that, and we'll move on to the next topic. What's the next one, man? Oh, wait. Before we move on, let's see, just in case, because I got to check and see if there's any. Okay, no. Okay, all right, what's the next topic, babe?
Palaver?
That's a new word that I looked up. It's about, having conversations or something like that. I forgot what palaver is. That's that's an open chat. So, I got one. You were talking about the other day, the thing glitched. You were talking the other day about, what are we on, topic number?
That's technically 2, but.
Oh, we already passed topic number 6, right? Oh, this is it. Oh, I can test out whether or not my thing works. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let me see if this works. I got a whole new group of topics to talk about here. This is, yeah. Well, we're on Palaver right now, right? Mm-hmm. That's number 6. That was topic number 6.
That is 6.
Where is 6 at?
2, 4, 6.
There it is. We're still on this. And I don't know why this stuff is still up. Okay, let me delete this. This is in the way. It's like an open mic kind of a situation, like an open conversation. Like, so you were telling me like something that you saw on Reddit earlier, like not today, but it was I think it was yesterday. It was like a Reddit story or something, a topic that you had came across.
I've had several Reddit topics.
Anything interesting that you want to bring up?
I mean, I had the Reddit topic about buying a husband and wife buying a house, and then I had the Reddit topic about the boyfriend and girlfriend and not picking up the mother-in-law on time.
Oh, that shit was boring. No. All right, so here's my topic. We talked about this earlier. I told you about that story that happened in my old high school, Willow Ridge. I went to Willow Ridge High School. I graduated in class of 99, and we talked about high school sexual scandal. And guys, if you're watching, here's the thing. Put it in the comments. What high school scandal? What scandal happened in your high school? The biggest scandal that happened in your high school. I'll go first. When I was into the 12th grade, there was a social studies teacher who just got fired out of nowhere and disappeared. And I asked my English teacher, I said, hey, what happened to Mr. Such and such? And my English teacher was like, don't ever bring up that guy's name again. It turned out that the social studies teacher was getting girls to perform, underage minors to perform acts onto him for in exchange for grades and stuff. According to my old English teacher, because I Facebook messaged him recently because I still follow him. He's like, yeah, it was on the news and all that stuff was a big thing. And I couldn't find it. I researched it. I went online to find it, and I bumped into another sex scandal that happened at my old high school, Willow Ridge, where in 2008, a female teacher had inappropriate relationships with a couple of teen. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell's going on in my old school? And then I went up to you and I asked you, I said, what's the craziest? And you guys put in the comments, what's the wildest thing that happened in your high school? And you said that was something similar that happened in yours, right?
I said it was in the 90s.
Okay.
I'm from a very tiny school, very tiny. And I was like maybe 9th or 10th grade, but this particular guy was a senior. But as is with a lot of people, maybe you got held back a year, who knows. He was 19.
Mm-hmm.
And he got caught in a relationship with a teacher she was younger, in her 20s, probably mid to late 20s. And that was the whole school talking about it because they got caught and she got fired. And it technically wasn't illegal because he's 19, but it was certainly inappropriate and not allowed. Yeah. So she was promptly booted.
And I remember you saying that like it's because he was technically an adult legally. It wasn't. But and correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that there's been maybe it's depending on the state that you're in. There's laws that it doesn't matter if the student is 18 or over 18. If it's a student-teacher scenario, it's at least a misdemeanor or whatever. If it's a misdemeanor if he's over 18, he or she is over 18. It's a felony if they're under, or like something like. I remember hearing that. But like if you guys like have any of your
Brianna put something up right there.
Oh, okay. Brianna Jasmine says a girl gave a Mormon guy a job, and word got out throughout the entire district. Somehow people were making Facebook groups about it, and they had thousands of members. Damn. I have a similar story. There was a girl in my high school that was giving jobs to more than one guys in the boys' bathroom and got caught doing that. She got suspended. I'm sure the boys got suspended too. But of course, in these scenarios, people are only going to focus on the girl. And I remember like weeks later, walking between classes, and this guy came up to me, a bunch of us in the middle in the hallway, and somebody was like, the D sucker is back. And I was like, oh, that's
Peter just posted one for you.
And and my curiosity got the best of me. I walked like people were pointing out the classroom that she was in. So I walked down the hall and I looked into the door in the classroom that she was in. And it was the saddest thing I ever saw. She was in that room. This was between classes. The bell rung. People were going to the next class. She was in that class by herself, sitting at the farthest desk in the corner with this sad look on her face because everybody knew what she did. Everybody knew why she was suspended, and everybody was making fun of her now that she was back. And I glanced at her for a brief second. I can't remember her face. I'm not, but the scene is stuck in my head. I think she was wearing a red shirt. It's still stuck in my head for life. I can't remember her face, but I remember the look. It was sad. I instantly looked because I was curious. I was like, let me see her. I looked. The second I saw her face, I instantly felt bad, and I just walked away. And I think after that, she never came back to the school. You said that there was more after that. Peter Lane says the biggest scandal at our high school was Emerson was the legend of let's call her Mrs. Fox. The whole story is incredible. Emerson High School, is it the biggest scandal at our high school? Emerson was the legend of. Let me put it up again. The let's call her Mrs. Fox. The whole story is Emerson. So I got to look up Emerson High School.
It's still further. He put a little more further down.
Instead of give me that Becky. Oh, that's Becky. Give me that Bridget, a new slogan. Peter Lane continues. Mrs. Fox had a relationship with her 17-year-old student. She got foot massages during class. Bro, it's like during class. What? Mrs. Fox, you foxy little bitch. Mrs. Fox had relations with her 17-year-old student. She got foot massages during class with the boy that she was targeting. Wow.
Rub my feet.
Yeah. Don't forget the corns, baby. She had that smoker's like that. Don't forget the corn, sweetie. Oh, man. Ooh, Mrs. Fox. How does she look though? Anyway, oh man, while I was stalling, I should have got prepared. Let me see if I can get this done. 1 through 5. I think I might be able to get this. Let's see if I can make this happen. For the next set of topics. This might work, it might not. It's gonna be funny if I can't paste. Oh no. Oh yes, good. Replace the files. Okay. Files are now replaced. Let's see if it worked. All right. What's the next topic, Ray?
Your reviews of movies and TV.
Oh, it did not work. So now let my anger. Let's see if it works. Hold on. If I can even make this.
Oh Lord, Peter's. There was more.
What happened?
At senior prom, she went with her student as his date, bought the students alcohol, and there was a ton of kissing. She was like, "I'm just going all out."
At the senior prom?
I'm going out with a bang.
Damn. Like, have you no shame? I'm like, and guys always make the same joke. Like, why couldn't how come I couldn't have gotten that at my school and stuff like that? I'm like, dude, that people always make that joke, but that stuff messes up a bunch of people, man. That stuff messes up people's for life for a long time. And I used to make the same joke. I'd be like, I wish I had a teacher like that in my school, but no, that's.
We were laughing about because that SNL skit with
Pete
Davidson.
With Pete Davidson, yeah. I remember that I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this is the best moment of my life. Because that's what you're going to think at that age. But in the long run, there was a Hulu movie about that. And it talked about like the guy that was being the student was like, yeah, I mean, he was really messed up after it was done. So That makes me think about that one, that real famous case of it. Remember the woman? She was a teacher. She went to jail, they got married and stuff like that. She's dead now and stuff. And it's like,
but
dude,
their daughters are like adults now.
Yeah, the adults are like dude, no, he needs to admit that probably messed him up for a while. Let's see. The lady in the office exposed her, and she was fired the next day. Rumor has it there were many more cases. I need a thorough investigation there, Peter. I need to know. I need names and pictures to hit me up. I'm always fascinated with those stories because I'm fascinated on how many times it keeps happening with everybody getting caught on social media. You say, don't tell anybody. The very next day, he tells everybody.
Oh,
and they still do it. Like that woman from Florida, and there was a lot of them from Florida, who, like, her husband heard the text, the voice message or the phone conversation because it was recorded. And the woman was like, you better not, don't tell anybody, or something like, you promise me that we're going to meet later. And he's like, all right, I promise. And she's like, pinky promise. The husband was like, that doesn't even sound like my wife. I know that's her voice, but it doesn't even sound like she mentally regressed because for whatever reason, like it's crazy. And it was like, I think she was from Tampa Bay, Florida. Like I said, I'm very invested in these stories.
Peter says Miss Fox was a fox.
Oh, so that justifies it. To be fair, she was absolutely gorgeous. Roughly 23. Gots to be more careful.
And that's one of the tough things is hiring these
young teachers.
Yes, with the high school kids, and they're like almost the same age, and they have a hard time keeping the lines separate.
Yeah. I mean,
they shouldn't, but they do.
Let me try to get the lower thirds all ready in here. See if I can make this happen. Paste. Is it gonna work? Replace. Hopefully. All right. What's the next topic?
Your movies and TV talk. The gaslighting geeks.
It worked. I'm happy.
Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, the new segment I call Gaslighting Geeks. That's right. All you geeks are about to get. Yeah, Daredevil Born Again releases writers and directors as Marvel plans an overhaul. Yes, this came in from Variety. Marvel. So they've already filmed like half of the series, and now based on the direction that it's going, they decided to stop and start over. So the way Marvel was doing it on these shows was they were doing these series that were coming out on Disney Plus the same way they would do their movies. And it's like, so they didn't have like traditional things to do a traditional TV show. Like, for example, a showrunner. There were no showrunners, and that's a specific job, and there's a specific need for professional and what's the word I'm looking for? When you're experienced showrunners. And Kevin Feige and all them like, we're gonna do these. We're gonna start from over. And the shows that we're gonna put on Disney Plus, we're gonna have showrunners. We fired the writer. They fired the writers and stuff. They're like, what? I know we filmed half of the series already, but we're gonna just take it as a loss, and we're gonna start over.
Were they trying to find their Shonda Rhimes for Marvel?
For Marvel, yeah. Well, I mean, you can hire multiple showrunners. Shonda Rhimes created those shows that she did. Like, what was the shows that she did? Scandal,
Grey's Anatomy,
stuff like that. Yeah, but
she was the showrunner originally.
She was probably one of the showrunners.
Once everything took off,
then she
hired others.
But it turns out that shows like WandaVision and all those earlier shows didn't have traditional TV showrunners. That could explain why some of these shows weren't really done well or well received, and why it was kind of weird and stuff like that. It was about being connected to the MCU mostly, but they weren't being done like what is needed to make a TV show and what is needed to produce a movie are two different formulas. You can't bring the movie formula to a TV show. You can't bring a TV show formula to a movie. So Kevin Feige is like, it seems like, okay, we see the mistakes that we've made, and we're going to course correct.
Well, because your showrunner is basically your map.
Yeah.
Who's going to tell you how they want the whole thing to be laid out?
Yeah. In a TV format.
Yes, and if you don't
a
have
person who
one,
understands
then
the
that's
TV format.
why you're going to get episodes that feel disjointed or like they don't fit together.
Yeah,
right? Like, where is this stuff going?
exactly. Which is exactly what people were saying. So now Marvel is like, okay, sorry, we ain't gonna do that no more. My bad. All right, so there you go. So, but they're starting. They already filmed a lot of it, and they're starting over. That means that's extra money that was wasted. Maybe some of the scenes that they filmed will fit in the new script, but maybe not. And that's I hope Daredevil comes out now, because now I'm excited for it. You've decided to not make the same mistake and keep it going. That's great. Let's see what happens. Let's move on. What's the next topic?
Jason Momoa is apparently going to play Lobo in a new DCU.
What the heck is going on? Why is it still showing Strawhat Goofy? Here's the technical difficulty thing I was talking about that's going to piss me off. Topic. There it is. Fixed it. So the whole situation with Jason Momoa, when he came out of DC, that he was excited. You know, you're no longer going to be Aquaman, or maybe he was going to be an Aquaman in the new DCU. But now the reports are showing like comicbookreaders.com is saying that he's going to be a character named Lobo in DC. He's another one of these last son of his planet kind of characters. He's a space bounty hunter. And he can go toe to toe with Superman. Like imagine a biker gang type of dude who curses a lot.
Kiss.
Yeah, it looks like he's in the band of who curses a lot. I mean, he says things like frag instead of fuck, but I mean, because it's a comic book. But like imagine that, but that can go toe to toe with Superman. So the Lobo character is a fun ass character from the little that I've seen in him in animated form. But Jason Momoa can pull this off. That's gonna be funny. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo. The question is anybody else looking forward to it? Speaking about Marvel, we were talking about Marvel earlier.
Marvel?
He said, Peter Lang, I forgot to mention it. Peter Lang said that they didn't make any mistakes other than getting people to think about the Marvel shows as TV. They're limited series. So let me read that in. I'm trying to understand what you're saying with that. They didn't make any mistakes other than getting people to think about the Marvel shows as TV. They're limited series. I think I understand what you're trying to say about that. About when we were talking about Marvel, but that's saying I'm not really 100% understanding what he means by that. Maybe the TV shows won't feel like spliced movies if they add yeah, that's what you were saying earlier. That came from Brianna. Yeah, that's true. But going back to Lobo, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I know you probably don't know much about anything about the Lobo character, but I'll show you some animated series Justice League clips. He's funny as hell. Like Jason Momoa's personality fits with his characters. And after the show, I'll show you some stuff. But let us know what you guys think about Jason Momoa becoming Lobo, and let's move on. What's the next topic?
Recasting Wonder Woman.
That's funny how some of the things worked, but other things didn't. So with everything that's going on with DC rebooting and the talks that Jason Momoa is going to he started as Aquaman in the DCEU, and the rumor is that he'll be Lobo in the new DCU. James Gunn came out this week and said that all of the Justice League characters will be he confirmed it. Everybody that was in the Justice League movie are going to be recast. Superman's being recast. We know the new Superman. Aquaman is going to be different if Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo. There's going to be a new Ezra Miller will not be Flash. There will be a new Batman. There will be a new Cyborg if Cyborg is used. All these characters will be rebooted. The question is, I was going to do a segment about because we saw on Screen Rant the question about the top 10 women that can be Wonder Woman. And while I was preparing the show today, Papa Bear John Campia stole my fucking idea and did this segment, and now it's gonna make me look like I'm just, jocking his style. But I didn't. I straight up came up with this idea. I was gonna run down the top 10 from Screen Rant women that could possibly replace Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And here, okay, I have to log in, and here it is right here. So let me know what your thoughts on any of these young ladies, these actors, what you think. And so let's see what you guys think about this. What do you think about this, babe? Let's start with recasting Wonder Woman. Here we go. Number 10. Jamie Alexander. You remember Jamie Alexander from from Thor? The lady that's in the Thor movie, you know her at all. Jamie Alexander has experience with superhero movies, having played Lady Sif opposite Chris Hemsworth in the Thor movie. Really. Remember in the last Thor movie, the woman that got her arm chopped off. Her that I mean, she was in she was in all the Thor movies. She was one of the original crew. She's up there. What about who Adrian Palicki? She was Wonder Woman in what was supposed to be this is a clip from a Wonder Woman TV show that was supposed to happen that never happened. She was supposed to be Wonder Woman, and then it got canceled before the pilot even came out. So no about it. What about Ana de Armas? You know that
we've already seen her. We've seen her do action. She was the.
That movie with Chris Evans, right? Yeah, that comedy. Yeah.
She was a badass.
What would you think about her being Wonder Woman? What would her look? What about that? Naomi Scott, Princess Jasmine.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't see Aladdin?
Mm-mm.
She was in the Power Rangers movie too. You don't remember her now? You didn't watch Power Rangers.
I haven't seen Power Rangers since my kids were little.
Connor Leslie. Connor Leslie is a stranger to the Wonder Woman mythos, with the actress having given life to Donna Troy, a.k.a. Wonder Girl in DC's top. Oh, okay, I know. I think I know that actress. I watched that Titans show that I watched. So I know who she is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't know. That might be a good pick. Lauren Cohan from The Walking Dead.
Oh, her, okay. I mean, she's a badass.
Yeah, I would give it to Elizabeth Debicki from Guardians of the Galaxy, the gold-faced girl that was the mother of and she's also plays Princess Diana in The Crown. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'd like that pick. I don't know about that pick. Jodie Comer.
No, we've seen her. She's good. She is really good.
I could see her as a Wonder Woman.
I like Jodie.
She was on the short list. People thought that she was going to be Mrs. Fantastic on the Fantastic Four. Maybe she still will be. Who knows? I mean, but Wonder Woman, hey, maybe she could be both. I wouldn't be mind Villanelle. What is it? Villanelle? Yeah, wouldn't mind that. Adria Arjona. What is she from? Adria Arjona popularity has skyrocketed after her debut in Star Wars universe. Actress giving life to the Trump big. And oh yeah, she's in Andor. Oh yeah, okay, that's the show that I watch. I can see it, but I don't like it more than I like Jodie. So far, Jodie Comer is the one I like the most, and Alexandra Daddario from what was that movie that she did? She was in what's that beach movie that The Rock was in, that TV show that became a movie. Baywatch. She was in the Baywatch movie.
We saw her in the the Witches movie TV series.
Oh yeah, the Witches movie.
didn't
The
finish
the spinoff of the Interview with the Vampire. That show is horrible.
We didn't finish watching.
Yeah,
it.
we stopped watching. We tapped out on that. That alone disqualifies her to be Wonder Woman. Yeah, I say out of all the 10 girls that are mentioned, women that are mentioned in this, my favorite is Jodie Comer. I like her. What do you think? Anybody else stands out to you more?
I like Jodie Comer because she's really good in the stuff that she's done.
Yeah, I think out of this list, I think I would pick her above everybody else. What do you guys think? Anybody that has an opinion on that?
And Peter explained what he was trying to say
Earlier. In other limited series is a movie, and it's, in other words, a limited series is a movie in sections. Yes, you need to watch the whole thing at once for it to make sense. Yes, a TV series is meant to be watched in episodes. Each part can be understood. Yes, agreed. On its own, by points in Marvel, got people expecting TV when that's not exactly what they were doing. 100. Yeah, they were trying to turn their movies into TV shows, and they were and the editing was being all cut up and messed up, and they totally screwed it up in a lot of cases. Why the hell are we recasting Wonder Woman? Just let Gal Gadot do it. I mean, James Gunn already announced today that this week that everybody that was in the DC Justice League is going to be recast. I said before, if any of the Holy Trinity of the which is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, if any of them gets recast, all three of them need to be recast. So we already know we got a new Superman. It would not make sense to recast Henry Cavill and then Gal Gadot stay in there. That with the other lower characters, I could see it. Like if Jason Momoa would stay Aquaman, I'll be okay with that. But the trilogy, the Trinity, Batman, no, not like if you recast one, you gotta recast them all. That's just how everybody doesn't agree with that, but that's how I personally feel about
likes
it.
the Witches lady, the number one.
Maybe the number one pick. I've seen her in a few things. She has range. Maybe I'm just judging it just based on what I saw on that witch. I
wanted to like that
easy.
show
I did.
The vampire
Interview with a Vampire.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I'm anxious for that to come back.
I root for her because I want her to be successful. Physically, like she does look like Wonder Woman. Physically, yeah. I mean, she's I guess one of the physically could represent Wonder Woman the best out of all the 10, but entertainment wise, talent wise, and I don't know. But at the same time, we thought the same thing about Gal Gadot. She didn't have that good of an acting resume, and I think she did a great job. So depending on the script, depending on how they write the next Wonder Woman, if she is the best fit, then I'll root for her. I hope she crushes it.
I mean, when it comes to this stuff, you really just have to wait and see what the script is, how they do, because as we've already seen from, when Ben Affleck got chosen and everybody was like, oh hell no.
Yeah. When Heath Ledger got picked.
They were like, oh, jiggling dude, you can't give that to him.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. All right, let us know what you guys think, and let's move on. What's the next topic, Ben?
What are you watching?
Is that the next?
I mean, yeah, it's what's up there.
I mean, no, I'm saying why is my lower third not working? I'm always messing up. Oh, it's not working because I'm not on the green screen. Uh-oh. We already talked about that topic.
What? I know. That's not what I said. I said, what are you watching?
I know. Oh, but the thing didn't boot up.
Not that there's a lot out there to watch because, it's of the strike.
So,
but there's been a few things
we started watching Found on NBC. So Found is a TV show about the actress from Shameless. She's playing a character who is like she's an investigator. Like she does investigations of girls who go missing because she was a victim of being kidnapped, and because she's a woman of color, like people know that the media doesn't really cover certain types of victims, and she has made it her life's mission to make sure that those victims don't go, unnoticed.
And of course, because she's not the police, she's not afraid to any means
She-
necessary
to break the rules. So the cool thing about this show is that she, like the Zach Morris is her
Morris
kidnapper,
is
the person that kidnapped her, and the premise of it is that she found him, kidnapped him, and uses his sick mind to help her solve these other cases. It's kind of like that
him,
show.
What were you doing? What were you thinking?
Yeah, like
What
where would you have hit this girl? It's kind of like that show Blacklist. I didn't watch Blacklist, but it kind of sounds like how that show's kind of started off with. But after watching the first episode, I'm like, okay, that was good. I thought they did a real
so
good.
We've got the second one
Today,
out.
to go back and watch it. It's on Tuesdays, and you can catch it on Peacock and catch it on NBC. After watching the first episode, I thought, I wish they did not tell us that in the trailer that Zach Morris is her prisoner and she's using him to solve all the other cases. I wish they would have in the trailer would have made us think that he was another cop or helping her and another, and then in the show would have revealed that he was her as in a surprise at the end of the first episode, that he was her kidnapper. I wish they would, because that would have made it a bigger shock. But you gotta market it the way you need to market it to get people to watch it. But this show is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There's been some shows similar lately that came out and they only had like one season and stuff. And I'm always afraid that this is going to be.
This was a summer filler that they held because.
Or maybe the writer strike situation might help this show.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those shows that usually only gets like one season, then it gets canceled. Yeah. But I'm hoping that this.
Well, I know you watched what he was in last and really loved it, and they canceled
that
it.
vampire show. Because I like seeing dark Zach Morris. I like that actor when he's playing an asshole or a villain or a bad guy or a tough guy.
They were trying to get the little girl somewhere.
She was an immune. Like, what was that show called? Was it The Strain or was it the?
I just remember you liked it, and then it didn't go
anywhere. I loved
anywhere.
it. That season was a vampire girl that was immune or something. It was a vampire, and he was trying to help her or something like that. It was a great show, and this has the same elements of it. And I hope that they don't cancel it. Also,
it's called The Passage.
The Passage, yeah, I love that show. Evil Zach Morris, baby. All right, what's another show that we're watching now?
Loki.
That comes out tonight, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong one. 5. Yeah, Loki comes out tonight. Let me get the right thing on here.
Brianna Chris loved to show me those Zach Morris's trash skits on
Zach
YouTube.
Morris is trash. Yeah, that shit's funny. So we watched Loki episode 1 last week, and I already feel like the pacing of it is better. It feels like they're doing a good job of making Kang the big bad, the threat, and I like what I'm seeing. What do you feel? You looking for?
we've only seen one episode, but so far it was a lot more entertaining than
most of what we got in season 1. What's his name?
Obi is
the character from Goonies. That actor.
I love him.
Yeah, he fits perfectly. I thought that there was another character on season 1 he was in this season. I thought he was the breakout funny guy, but Obi does it way better. I think that I'm hoping that they keep with this, like even though the scenes where it's just Owen Wilson and Hiddleston just talking with each other, it's fine. that fast, that frantic. Oh my God! Like the pacing of it was way better. Making Kang the threat, like us saying that he's a threat it was done better in that episode of Loki than they've ever done in Ant-Man. It's like, all right, Ant-Man was able to handle him by himself, but without even seeing Jonathan Majors as Kang, you felt like, oh shit, like Loki is freaked out. Like Loki was the big bad in the first Avengers movie, and he's scared of what Kang can do. Like that. There's also there's a theory going on right now. There's a person that I follow. It's like some of these comic book indicate that in some universes, Loki is an Avenger. They think that the theory is that Loki may be in the next Avengers movie, may become an Avenger. He might be to the MCU now what Tony Stark was before. He might be the one that brings them all together and leads them and all that stuff. And when I heard that, I was like, I would not mind that. I know we're getting a bunch of new Avengers and stuff with now that the old ones are leaving or dead or whatever. But Loki being an Avenger and bringing them together, I was like, the second I heard that, I was like, and they said that it happened in the comic book. So I'm like, oh, okay, bring it on. That fits. Thor can't be there. Okay, Loki is now an Avenger. That would be cool. I think that would be awesome.
And we also watched Gen V.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a graphic on it for but Gen V. That's today as well too. We also got to catch up to. We watched half of Totally Killer. I'm talking about that tomorrow, but we got to finish that tonight too.
But I like Gen V so far. It's been good.
Yeah. What do you want to watch first tonight after the show? You want to watch Gen V? Or you want to watch Loki? What you want to watch?
I don't know.
Well, you want to try to, if we can finish in enough time, you want to try to watch both tonight? Get naked and watch a little Loki? What do you think? All right. Yeah. All right. Let's see. It's on. Oh, he was just talking with him. I need to watch Zach Morris's Trash. Let's see. Oh, I'm loving Found so far. I love Mark Paul and Shanola is gorgeous. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry I didn't have the names on ready, but thank you for helping me with the names. Yeah. I only remember her from Shameless, but I'm glad to finally see her in another character. As another character, yeah, she's great. Zach Morris was a menace, too. Don't forget. The marketing definitely got me, but the reveal could have been more dramatic in the show. I agree. I would have been I understand that they needed to probably reveal that what was really going on in the marketing to hook you, but I really wish they would have revealed that in the show. But I understand people not knowing if they should take a chance on it, why they needed to reveal that in the marketing. Peter Lane continues and goes, Ant-Man did not handle Kang by himself. Kang almost killed him. The Wasp helped and super smart ants and a huge quantum realm army. I was trying to hold in my fart, but I think the microphone picked it up, so I'm just gonna let it go. But I agree. I agree with that, Peter. Yeah. I liked what Kang did in Quantumania. I think he was my favorite part of that movie, but I still didn't feel the threat. But in Loki episode 1, I feel Kang is now a problem. Now I felt it more in Loki, so I'm looking forward to that. And we were on 5. What's
movie review?
Next? We don't have anything for movie reviews. So after that, let's see if this works again. I got to do it again. No, actually I don't. I don't have anything else. We can go to chat members and stuff like that. I said, so I went and sent a link, and I'll open it up right now. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. So if you guys are members, and if you want to join the show, if you want to real quick before we leave, tell us what you think about any of the topics that we were talking about. Let's see if I can pull it up. Preview. There it is. We started. Hopefully this works. I should have bended that, but I didn't. I don't have the Zoom business account that I had before. So if I'd have opened it earlier, it would have timed out. So let's see if I can get this going on here. So let's see if there's any of you. Are you guys in the chat? No, I'm about. So I mean, our channel members, you guys are in the live chat. I don't know if you want to say anything on Zoom or not. Let me know. I'll keep it open right now. So I'll finish up the last of the comments. So I got the Zoom chat is open. So if you want to go to the link, I'll bring you up and invite you real quick. Otherwise, we'll just finish it out right here on the regular chat.
Brianna's telling Peter to get on there.
Let's see. Ant-Man did not hand it out. Let's see. There we go. Peter Lane, admit. Let's see if this. Let's get it going. Where did it go? I thought I had it up. Oh, there it is.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Say that again.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Peter? What's topic you want to talk about?
Let me just start with the whole Loki thing, because seriously, everyone's like, I don't feel the threat. I'm like, what do they have to do? What? Okay, so did you feel Kang his presence like in the Ant-Man more than you did with Loki, or did you feel it in Loki more than Ant-Man? More in Ant-Man, because the thing is, in Ant-Man they have him in the quantum realm. He's been in charge. They've been fighting a war against this dude for the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. People are so afraid of him they won't say his name.
Yeah,
they have his armies just going over the whole place, killing people left and right. It's a whole revolution by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
so they basically have it in Ant-Man. They basically have it in Ant-Man. It's like it's like a dictator like Saddam Hussein showed up, and it's just okay. So halfway through this movie, Ant-Man gets beaten nearly to death, and the only reason he didn't die is because someone else jumped in from the portal and saved him. Both Ant-Man and his daughter got tortured. It is they revolted against him, right? And you know how he had his army of faceless robots going down and putting down the revolt.
Yeah.
When they finally had the upper hand, they thought, oh yeah, this dude walked down the street and started zapping people with his bare hands and basically put down the revolution in under 2 minutes by himself, barehanded.
Yeah, true. And keep in mind that was just one variant. I saw there's another TikTok group. I forgot the name, but I'll look them up. But they said their theory is that that Ant-Man, that Kang that we saw in that Quantum Manium was a prequel to what we saw in Loki. Like that Kang is the same. He is he who remains. That's their theory. They think that this is all the MCU is all happening in a loop. Like he who remains that Loki and the two Lokis spoke to at the end of season 1 was that same Kang after going through all of that, and then after a while he made the timeline one timeline, got tired of it, he wanted to hand it off to the Lokis, but when they killed him, it started everything all over again. So he had to get trapped in the quantum realm, go through it all, probably destroy all the other Kangs, and then become he who remains. Their theory is that it's all going to go in a circle, in a loop, and forever.
And here's the other two things you need to remember. First of all, he did all that with just the suit, right? all he didn't really have the ship or the engine or all the other parts. All he had was the little suit he was wearing. He built an empire with the technology in his suit. 1 and 2, Ant-Man runs into him and says, man, the Avengers are going to come and stuff. He's like, who are you? You're the one with the hammer? Because he's killed so many of them, it keeps running together on him. He can't keep them straight anymore because...
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Jonathan Majors, within the movie, he did a great job, and I'm hoping. And again, we only saw one episode of Loki, so and I feel like they even with that one little bit, and we're gonna watch the episode 2 in a minute. That they did a good job making his presence and his threat felt. So
because the other thing was somebody told me that like, hey man, you know, the High Evolutionary from the third Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like he was more of a threat. That's I don't
agree with that.
And I was sitting there going, wait a minute. You mean the dude that got his face scratched up by Rocket?
By Raccoon. I wouldn't agree with that. Yeah.
For half the movie,
the actor did a great job. The actor did a great job, just as great as Jonathan Majors. But is High Evolutionary a bigger threat than no? I mean, even the Quantum, even if you don't like Quantumanium, I still feel like that Kang was a bigger threat than the High Evolutionary.
I love Quantumanium. I'm not going to say it's the best Marvel movie.
Yeah.
No, but people are acting like it's horrible. I'm like, no, it's a good movie. It's not like a fantastic movie, but it's good.
Have you heard, before I let you go, did you hear that theory that at the end of Quantumanium that he's in a different reality? He thinks he's back home, but he's actually in a different, very similar timeline, but he's in what's her name, when she was setting the coordinates, she actually picked a different timeline. And
at the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, they killed him.
No, I'm talking about when Ant-Man escaped and he was, he was narrating at the end. Did you notice how some things were slightly different when he was back at home? Like the guy that he would get free food from at the beginning of the movie charged him at the end. Like there's a theory that when she set the coordinates to go back home, she picked a different timeline so Kang wouldn't follow them and find them.
But no, what was happening was Kang was killed at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And what Ant-Man was worrying about was all the other Kang told him about. But the reason why, take that thing that you brought up. The reason why he charged him was because at the beginning of the movie, the joke was he thought the guy was Spider-Man.
That's true. And then I guess if he confirms that he's Ant-Man, then he's like, oh, Ant-Man pays.
Yes, Ant-Man pays because Spider-Man saved his store from something a while ago. So he's like, hey, yeah. He thought he was Spider-Man. That's why he let him go for free.
Spider-Man eats for free. Ant-Man pays.
That's the joke.
I like that. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Anything else on any other topics real quick before we go?
I don't want to take too much time, but let me just run through a few other things. The thing with the scholarship is the most moronic, ridiculous nonsense I've ever heard of in my life.
Oh, yeah. What's the young lady's name? Yeah, that got that scholarship. Kaylee.
You can't punish a student. You can't attempt to punish the student for their extracurricular activities just because you disagree with them.
Yeah.
That's just silly. The whole thing with the Little Mermaid thing. There's no natural way Disney is doing that.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
If there's any way they can put that woman up for best original song, they're gonna do it.
They're gonna go. Yeah. A studio will not.
Disney wants that Oscar.
Yeah, they're not gonna hurt their chances of getting an Oscar. I mean that movie. People were trying to say that movie was dead on arrival, thinking that it was gonna flop, and it kept crawling, and it finally got into profit territory. So they're gonna try to. They're going to try to promote it as much as they can. Yeah, I agree. What about Will Smith? What about Will and Jada? What do you think about that topic?
Just 1 second. Disney went to Hollywood and they came back with Oscars for both Black Panther movies.
Yeah.
They are not. They are not letting this. They're not letting this chance slip through their fingers. That's not how they operate.
You're right.
Will and Jada. All I'm going to say about Will and Jada is this: at a certain point, it's time to go.
Yeah.
At a certain point, Will just needs to go. You know what? I tried. It didn't work. I'm gonna just go over here and live my life.
Right. Exactly.
Because this woman is clearly just trolling him at this point.
He's like, let me see if I can get him back. Let's see if I can get him to come back to the red table. There's a few more entanglements I want to talk about.
He 100% let this dude go up there and embarrass himself.
Like I said, you're not doing it for the kids. The kids are grown. You can't convince me that Will Smith isn't getting his own on the side. If he's not getting it from Jada, you're not going to convince me that he's not getting it from somewhere. Right. But we're not hearing about it.
After all that, with just like you were saying, with all the people taking his side and whatnot, all the fuss people are making about, oh man, we appreciate Will standing up for his wife and standing up for his family, and his wife is just gonna go, yeah, no, we were separated the whole time.
Yeah. It's like damn. I'll be like, damn, do you even like me? Shit. Like, what the heck? Like, no, that's it. Like I said, if it was me, I would have divorced her after that Tupac letter that she got Willow to write. That would have been the last straw for me. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way in the world I would have dealt with all that bull corn.
Why is Willow writing a letter talking about
a man she's never met?
I wish Tupac was still here to make mommy happy. Really?
Man, I'm like, you grounded. Like, fuck that. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you joining and supporting the channel as you always do, man. Peter, you're always keeping us on our toes in the chat.
Glad to help.
All right, we
like, subscribe, join the channel, share, Facebook, Twitter, all the stuff.
And keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Have a nice evening, everyone.
All right, Peter. Appreciate it. See you next time, man.
Peace.
All right, guys. As always, we try. If I remember, like that's one of the perks of being a member. You get to be on the show live and share your thoughts. Thanks to Peter Lane. Thanks to Brianna. I wanted to do something real quick because I forgot to do it last week, and I wanted to do a shout out to the most recent subscribers. Where they at? That's members. So shout out to our channel members: Brianna, Jasmine, Peter Lang, Roy Hawkins, and our regular subscribers. Let me do that. Let me start doing that from now on. Where'd they go? Here we go. Dashboard. Where are our subscribers at? That's members. Latest comment. Do I need the latest comments? Subscribers. Where they at? I don't have a link to subscribers. I want to give a shout out to the most recent subscribers. I can't pull up the subscribers in analytics. It's probably right in my face and I just don't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it was right in my face and I couldn't see it. The new subscribers that joined this week: Joa Victor Philpack, Comic Palooza. I told you they followed us. Siggy, Despicable Lou, Chris Avalon, Maui Boy 2016, Jim C, Dominathan Sports, Dateless Archive, and Satish Tilokini became subscribers this week. Appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel and supporting us on that level. Appreciate you guys and all of our channel members and everything. Appreciate you guys, and that's it. That's all we're gonna go back and finish these movies and these TV shows today, and finish up Loki and Found and Gen V, and watch them and try to catch up with some stuff. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a rundown episode with with Kevin, the director. He's coming back to the channel, and Tyler Cossey. She's gonna join us. We're gonna have a more Halloween themed episode of the Rundown, since tomorrow is Friday the 13th. I said that I've tried to make it where the most I can have on the panel is 4, but I think it works better with 3. So my wife has lost the coin flip. I am kicking her off the show so she won't be. But I might still, depending on the topic, I might have her come in and be like, "Hey, babe, come in," and she'll sneak in, or maybe she'll be so mad that I kicked her off the show tomorrow she won't help me tomorrow. But tomorrow will be me, Tyler, and Kevin, the director, will be on for our spooky episode. And but you don't like horror movies though, so you won't really be involved in most of the stuff that we're going to talk about, like the tits and terror and all that stuff, right? You don't want to talk about that shit. All right, babe, if people want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
And my OnlyFans is BBC 2030. No, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's on all the social medias. It's Chris W. Fagan, or at T3 Media's Studios. And till next time, guys. Peace and what is it? Sayonara. What did I say? Sayonara. And yeah, sayonara, mother. Yeah, that's right. Sayonara, motherfuckers. Till next time, peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. And we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.